All right, so work with me here. So I'm assuming a good chunk of you have probably tried living a healthy lifestyle. You stood in the grocery store aisle, held up the box of cereal that says 0 sugar in big fancy letters, and you're like, hell yeah, I'm being healthy. Then you turn it around, look at the ingredient list, and you essentially have been left with a chemistry set. Red 40, sucralose, maltodextrin, sodium hexametaphosphate, titanium dioxide, sodium butter flavor, and maybe some fiber if you're lucky. But hey, it's got a leaf on the front and the word natural in script font, so it must be good for you, right? Here's the thing about design. It can really tap into your feelings. And marketers, they're really good at making you feel like you're making the right choice, when you're absolutely not. So how exactly is it that marketers and companies are able to design things in a way that looks like you're being good to your body and like you're being healthy, but really it's all very malicious, and you're actually doing some damage without realizing it? Let's take a step in the food aisle and take a look at the theater that's going on here. Low fat often means high sugar. Why? Because if you take the fat out of something, like yogurt for example, it tastes like sadness. So they jack up the sugar to keep it edible. Flip the script, 0 sugar. That often means that there's artificial sweeteners. That sounds fine because, you know, no sugar, until you realize that your body responds to these artificial sweeteners pretty much the same way that it responds to sugars. Hello, insulin spike. And then there's a lot of buzzwords. Natural, light, immune boosting, keto friendly. These words are doing a lot of heavy lifting for products that might not really be good for you, like those fruit snacks that don't actually have any real fruit in them, or that healthy looking cereal that has 10 grams of sugar but the serving size is the size of your thumbnail. That is the other thing, of course, is serving sizes. You'll get advertised low fat, low sugar, 0 sugar even. And while it all might be true, what is usually left out is the fact that the serving sizes are tiny. Low calorie. Sure, it might be lower calorie than something that is not a low calorie version, but when you look at the back, the serving size, it might be like half a cup. So people will serve themselves like 2 cups worth, thinking they're being healthy because it's low calorie, when really they're only supposed to be eating half a cup of it, because that's the part that's not always taught to people. Serving sizes are incredibly important, but it's also not something that's directly advertised. So people will continue eating the serving size that they usually do, thinking they're eating healthier, which they probably are compared to whatever they used to be eating, but they're still probably eating more than they're supposed to be, because that part is not disclosed directly. You have to go do the searching for it. You have to flip the package around. And marketers know that most people probably won't do that. Marketers know what they're doing. The design choices on the packages aren't accidental. The soft green color, the hand-drawn leaves, the clean sans serif font, it's all there to give a vibe of health. Meanwhile, the ingredient list is in 4-point font tucked behind a flap that no one is ever going to flip. Then there's the photography. Granola bars, for example, look like they were crafted by woodland elves. In reality, they're dry beige rectangles that taste kind of like disappointment. And then when you finally do decide to turn that box around, good luck understanding it. Ingredients like polydextrose or natural flavors are very vague and are just vague enough that you won't understand it and it'll get by. This kind of design trickery isn't exclusive to food though. In the beauty industry, clinically tested doesn't mean effective. It just means someone, somewhere, tested it. Maybe it was one person. Maybe it failed the test. Doesn't matter. It was tested. Dermatologist recommended could literally be just one dermatologist who may or may not have been paid. Supplements are an entirely separate game. Words like supports, promotes, helps maintain, they're legally non-committal. They sound scientific without saying anything at all. And then you have greenwashing. Biodegradable packaging that only biodegrades in industrial conditions. That's a thing. Plant-based cleaners that still include petroleum-based ingredients. See, the reason this works is because people want to make better choices. Most of us, though, aren't reading the ingredients list with magnifying glasses. We're trying to make quick decisions between work and dinner, and that is exactly what these designs exploit. Our trust, our time, our good intentions. Design creates a shortcut to trust, and when that design is misleading, it means that bad products get a pass because they look credible. It's technically legal, but it's morally sketchy. And a lot of it's done behind the scenes because of cost. At the end of the day, making the products this way is the most cost effective. If I told you that this here video is 100% organic and free of added bullshit, it's technically true. I just didn't tell you what kind of bullshit it does contain. We shouldn't have to decode the ingredient list of the cereal box like it's a cryptic puzzle when we're really just trying to give our kids breakfast. Good design should communicate, not mislead. But of course, until regulations catch up, all we can really do is play detective. If something looks too clean, too natural, contains a few too many buzzwords, probably compensating for something. Let me know down in the comments if you've ever seen some of this packaging out in the wild and you genuinely were surprised that it was even allowed. But if you like this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn on the post notifications, follow me on all my socials. All those links are down in the description. And I hope that wherever you guys are, whenever you guys are watching today's video, have a great, wonderful day. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.